Alright, went yesterday. I got some Windmill Palms, Trachycarpus 429 seeds. Found a woman near my home or whatever here in North Carolina. Had a tree, and the tree is somewhere around 30 some years old, that her husband had brought back from Charleston, South Carolina, and planted about 30 years ago. Tree is like really vibrant or whatever, huge tree with lots of seed pods on it and everything. I've been looking at it for a while, didn't realize that it was the seed pods hanging off of it. First time when I started buying them, I was buying them off eBay, and I was paying somewhere around $12 to $15 for 50. Well, that's way more than 50 right there. Standard Lowe's bucket, completely full to about maybe 6 inches from the top. Back of my F-150 was slam full of the actual, I guess it's like a bush that holds it. That's what it looks like. The seed pods come off or whatever, but they're almost like a whole nother bush part of the plant. And I mean, on each one they've probably got somewhere around 800 to 1,000 seeds or better. But I took the time, took them off and everything. I'm going to be planting all these up and all. But that's just a picture of that bucket there, and it's almost full. But let's go down and check out the greenhouse right now. It is actually 36 degrees out right now. We're supposed to be getting pretty good bit of rain today, Friday, and then tomorrow or Saturday, and it's supposed to dry back out or whatever. Mulch looks like it did pretty good. Trough's doing pretty good, carrying the water up and out of here and all. So, but the greenhouse from the outside definitely looks like a greenhouse now. We've got some shelves in it and all. And I'm gonna fix this gap right here. You can see it right there between it. I just put clothespins on this thing right now to kind of help me out, to keep this thing closed, keep as much air inside as I can get. But like I say, I'm gonna put some kind of gasket between there, because you can't close it because of freaking screws. And then I'm gonna put me some kind of a handle on it or whatever. But let's go inside and let's see what's happening. Like I say, it is 36 degrees outside. There's no heat source in here, and we're at about 46 degrees inside of here. So that's what kind of difference you've got with no heat source and everything. You know, I did put in the mulch on the floor and everything, which seems like it's helping to hold down a little bit or whatever. Actually had put bread ties, those right there. That right there is a bread tie, which is linked between that right there. I put bread ties on each one of them because for some reason these windows, you'd get a gust of wind or whatever, and it just wanted to kick up underneath them or whatever. So I put that on there. And right now I haven't been opening the windows haven't been opening any of these windows. You've got two on each side. I haven't opened any of them in the days right now because it's still dropping down into the 20s at night. So, and I've been, experimenting with some kind of seeds in here and stuff, and different plants and stuff, and I just don't want to kill everything I've got. So I just strapped those down for right now. Yesterday it got to 54 degrees in here at 9 o'clock when I came out the first time. When I was getting ready to leave the house, the temperature was already at 101 then, and that's without the vents. So I just opened up the doors, and just by opening the doors, we dropped it within about probably 20-30 minutes. We dropped it back down to about 87. And I just left the doors open on it yesterday or whatever. So May have to end up putting us a fan in here or whatever. We're going to see whenever we start opening these windows, see what kind of variable we get on our temperatures or whatever. I like my shelves. I think the shelves will work out alright. And for most of you guys and stuff, you know, if you didn't catch the last video, or if you did, I don't know if I even said it, but I did not put any glue on these things. I figured, you know, once they've got weight on them, I mean, right now they're kind of shaky and stuff, but once because I'm going to dig out the bottoms and the mulch a little bit, dig them out, sit them down a little bit further in it so there's a little more sturdiness and everything. But I just think that once they get weight on them and everything else, they're going to be fine, because it's not like you're going to be in here hanging off of them, you know, like a jungle gym or nothing. So, and I did not glue them, because gluing them, if you've ever messed with any kind of PVC, you glue it, you compromise the whole thing. It's basically trashed, and you're going to have to throw the whole thing away, because then you have to cut these off to get these off of them. The T's can't be used because you can't bust the stuff back out of them and everything. So this little bit of glue right here that you see or whatever, my buddy, he gave me all the PVC. That's why the T's and everything else look so bright white, because I just went and bought those myself. But like I say, I didn't want to put screws into it, didn't want to put anything on it or whatever, because I just think that, you know, if I want to adjust these, and maybe say I want to throw a shelf in here and I just want to do seedlings in here, well, I've got enough room right here that I can put a whole nother shelf into it. Or if I want to change up the design, make something higher, something lower, stuff like that or whatever. But anyways, both of them seem like they're doing pretty good. I didn't put the top layer on this one because I figured, you know, we can leave it open for right now. But anyways, these right here, Bradford pear trees. I had some seeds in the house. Was stratifying them in the garage, so that way they would get the cold and everything, just like they had been outside, so they would sprout. Stowed them in a bag, put them out there. It said 60 days whenever I had bought these things off of eBay or whatever. Ended up not being 60 days. Ended up being somewhere around maybe 45, something like that. And I just happened to be out there messing around in the garage yesterday and turned around and looked, and the bag was basically standing up. So they look like they're doing pretty good so far. I just potted them up yesterday. Before I brought them out, they were like this. If you can see this one right here, it's really light green or whatever. They actually did like this one. They started turning dark green or whatever. So they look like they're doing pretty good. Don't look like this cold's gonna mess with them or anything like that. I got those, and then yesterday I did go and I got the Windmill Palms, Trachycarpus 429. And these right here have been native to North Carolina for a good many years or whatever. If you look on these things, you know, they look kind of damaged and stuff like that or whatever. They're kind of split on the top edges and everything. The reason that is I dug these out of a woman's yard or whatever, and she had basically been just taking a lawnmower to them. She's got so many seeds that are falling out of this tree and been doing it for years and years and years that these things are just growing like blades of grass. And she thought it was a different type of grass for the longest time. She didn't even know what she had. Anyways, stopped in. She lets me have whatever I wanted off of the property, you know, as far as the plants and everything. So I got a good many of these. I got about 22, the small sizes. These are the smallest ones, about 7 of them. And got about 15 of these guys right here. This one right here is actually pretty good size. It's getting ready to start breaking into the fronds and everything, start breaking into the fans. But this one was in her flower bed. I got it out. Got a few of these. You know, some of them, they look rough and everything, but they should grow and everything. So potted them up and all. Those will be pretty good. And then her son next door, they had actually somehow gotten all the way to her son's house. Maybe a bird, squirrel, something like that, you know. But He gave me this one, and he gave me that one. That's a pretty one right there. That looks really good. But you know, around here, that's probably a $12 to $15 plant. I got about 5 of these. I got a couple back here, good size ones right here. So that's my hand. That's how big that is. So they don't look too bad. I mean, they're looking a little scruffy right now, but they got new fronds starting to come out down here and everything. And once they do, they'll start looking even better. This is the biggest one here. And like I say, I mean, I'm not scared to pull up in somebody's yard and ask them, can I have a clipping? Can I have a cutting? You know, what are you going to do with that extra plant or something other? Because, you know, really people, what's people going to say to you? You know, what's the worst they can do? Say no, and then you just get in your car and you're going about your merry way. But if they say yes, look what you can come up with. I mean, you know, that right there, that's every bit of a $15 plant there. These other ones here, you can probably get about 12 out of them. So you do the math. You know, the seedlings and stuff, I'm thinking probably about $5 on them. But I probably won't sell any like that, not unless, you know, some of my customers are just, you know, dying to have one that they want to just start from small and watch it grow up. So yeah, anyways, you know, between the seeds and the plants and everything else, I mean, you figure I just probably picked up somewhere around $800,000 after I've got everything potted up and root them for a couple years and everything and start growing these things up. So, I mean, you do the math. I mean, I'm not scared. Go in anybody's yard and dig anything up. Most of the time, I haven't had anybody turn me down on getting cuttings, getting extra plants that they have growing everywhere. And a lot of times, just like this woman, you run into situations where they don't even know what they've got in their yard. I mean, her and her son have lived there for years, and they've had this tree on their property for at least 30 years. The father has already passed away, and neither one of the son or the wife had a clue that this is what this was growing. And they told me, they said, well, we don't know, but this could be it. If you'd like to have it, you can have it. I think I've got another one over here. What about this one over here? So I just said, hey, I'll take them all. So, you know, doesn't hurt me any. I mean, it was just a little bit of time to go out there, dig them up. Actually, to dig these up, climb up in the tree with a ladder, chop down all the seeds, rake a little bit of seeds off the ground, and then take a little bit from the grass. Probably about an hour and a half, guys. So, you know, it's well worth it. But anyways, that's them. I got a few other places that I've already talked to some people about going and picking up some plants and everything. And like I say, I'll stick them in here. I'll grow them up, get them up a little bit of size on them and everything, and then I'll turn around and resell them or whatever. But this is definitely the best looking windmill right there. And like I say, these are the Trachycarpus 429s. I do have some Washingtonia robustos in the house that are actually looking pretty good now. Washingtonia robustos in the house, I have somewhere around 35, 40 of them. 11 of them are already potted up, and they're twigs, you know, that already are about that size right there. So, you know, and these are pretty much slow growers or whatever, but once they get up to size and everything, you know, you can get a pretty little penny for them and all. And I like them. So, like I say, I like the mulch. Mulch works pretty good. Shelves look pretty good. But yeah, you guys pass on my page. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's some type of video you'd like to see or whatever. I've got many more plants and stuff. I just haven't moved a lot of things in here. I've got a lot of things in the house and all, and a lot of things that have already seeded that I haven't shown anybody. But like I say, subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, pass it on and everything, and you know, post comments. Let me know if you see something that you think I'm doing wrong, something that I could do better. I'm always open to suggestions. Green 6400 out.